Hey guys, how's it going? This is going to be the video review I've been waiting a while to bring you guys. This, of course, is going to be Transformers Combiner Wars Devastator. Ooh, this is the packaging. We got a cool artwork of Devastator on the front. Product card. Vehicle mode. Cool stuff. On the side, we got nothing. On the back, we got the actual size of the toy. We've got the 6 Constructicons. Bio, yes, I know it's sideways. On the other side, artwork. Front again, top, we got the Constructicons and the Decepticon logo. Bottom, Combiner Wars. That is it for the packaging. So I'm going to pause right here, get this guy out of that packaging, and we'll see what he's like. Be right back, guys. Okay guys, here we have Devastator out of his box with all 6 individual Constructicons in vehicle mode, and the camera is way far back to get these guys all in the shot at once. And I have to say, it does my nerdy heart, just makes it leap for joy seeing 6 really big, chunky Constructicon vehicles all together. Whew. It's a wonderful thing, guys. I absolutely love the way these guys look in vehicle mode as a team. I mean, that is just, I love it. I absolutely love it. I just wanted to show them all off together in kind of a wide shot, because I'm gonna have to move the camera in closer to actually manipulate these guys and do any sort of review. But I just wanted to show them all off together, and man, that is flipping awesome. I'll be right back, guys, with the camera closer, and we'll talk about each one of them individually. I figured we'd start with the elephant in the room, or in this case, the biggest, baddest Constructicon that we got in the set here. And of course, I am going to be talking about Long Haul. He is a flipping huge dump truck in vehicle mode. He rolls relatively well. You kind of got to push down a little bit because of the crotch piece for Devastator, but I'm getting ahead of myself here. He is just, the sculpt on this, he looks pretty great, I think, in vehicle mode. The only real disappointment I have is the G1 toy. The dumping action worked on this one. It doesn't. Oh well, you know. But the overall look of this thing is just, I absolutely love it. Yes, you can attach all of Devastator's accessories to Long Haul, but I'm not going to show that off because honestly, it just looks pretty stupid. So anyway, this is Long Haul. I'll bring in a few of the other Constructicons just so you can see kind of how he goes with them. It looks pretty freaking cool with Hook there. You know, that's just, and here's Bone Crusher. 3 cool Constructicons all together. Anyway, let's go ahead and get them out of the way. And I will do a few other size comparisons. He's so large in vehicle mode. In fact, he's almost as big as a Leader. I would almost call this a Leader class figure. Yes, it's technically a Voyager, but I mean, look at the size. Flippin' huge. Yeah, so let me go ahead and get another Voyager in here, even though it's just, you know, obviously he's about the same length and width as Voyager Starscream, but he's got a lot more bulk here. So Starscream down, and finally, for the last comparison, we'll bring in a Deluxe. And he absolutely dwarfs the Deluxe, obviously. You know, she easily just fits in his dump area. So, let's go ahead and, what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm actually going to try to get this guy transformed on camera. If I get frustrated or whatever, this will just be an edit point. So, sorry for the edit point there, guys, but I got a little confused when I was transforming Long Haul's feet. And I didn't think you guys wanted to watch me struggle for a few minutes figuring out his feet. But obviously, here I've got him in robot mode, and we have got a couple of figures here for size comparison. As you can see, he's only at the head, He's only about a head shorter than Leader Class Jetfire, so this is one really large Voyager figure. So let's go ahead and move Jetfire there off to the side. And as you can see, he's a good amount bigger here than Springer, who is obviously a Voyager, and he's got way more bulk, way more size than Springer does. So just wanted to give you an idea of just how large this figure is. He's definitely the biggest out of all of the Constructicons. You know, he's, like I said, almost a Leader Class. He would, I guess, he might fit into the old Ultra Class size, which was, you know, would have been between a Voyager and a Leader. But anyway, here obviously he is in robot mode. I'll go ahead and give you a quick 360 of him. And what can I say? He's kind of dumpy looking in robot mode. But he does kind of look like a real tough, you know, like short and stout, real tough guy, you know, tons of, you know, I guess metal muscle, as it were. You know, it looks like he could really beat somebody up. Even though he is a little goofy looking, I do think his robot mode mostly works. Now, as you guys are probably aware, these definitely have more limited articulation than what we're used to from most Transformers. But honestly, I don't have a problem with it because of the combined mode. So, what I'll do now is I will just go ahead and show off the articulation that he has. So let's see, we have got some foot pivot there, do the transformation. We got a bend there at the knee, rotate at the knee. He's got those really strong ratchets, because those are Devastator's ratchets there at the top of the legs. He's got waist rotation. He's got shoulder rotation, all directions. His elbows kind of swing in and out. They don't, you know, move up and down. That's all right. And his head rotates. So all in all, the articulation is not bad on this figure. It's like I said, it's less than what we're used to, but considering what I think Hasbro did is they knew most fans would be displaying these guys in combined mode, so they made some sacrifices on the individual bot modes, which honestly I'm sort of okay with, you know. But just one last look at this guy, because I really do, even though he's a little goofy looking, I do like the way he looks. He reminds me of like one of those classic sci-fi robots. I will destroy you. I will destroy you. Oh yeah, I almost forgot to show him off against the Deluxe. Obviously way bigger than a friggin' Deluxe. So, there you go. Anyway, let me go ahead and put a long haul off to the side. Now, we are going to talk about Bone Crusher. Let me go ahead and lower the camera. Alright. And obviously, he mimics his G1 form there in vehicle mode. And he's got wheels there on the bottom of his treads, and he's got sort of a wheel there. And obviously, he rolls. So, there you go. Let's go ahead and do a few more size comparisons. Obviously, he's nowhere near as big as Long Haul in vehicle mode, so Leader Class, much, much bigger. Alright, and a Voyager, roughly the same mass. Actually, this feels like it weighs more than this, but whatever. And finally, a Deluxe. Obviously a lot bigger than a Deluxe. So, there you go. And I'll show him off with a few of his other Constructicon buddies that I still got in vehicle mode. Damn, that looks cool. Love it. I absolutely love it. Let's go ahead and zoom in on him so you can get a real good look at him. Man, that is just... Really like the detailing on this guy. You know, I think Hasbro did a great job on the vehicle mode for these guys. They look... I mean, I just love them. Absolutely love them. Honestly, I would almost be content just displaying these 6 vehicles in my collection. But of course, you already know it's going to be displayed in the combined form of Devastator. But man, I really do like these vehicle modes. So let's go ahead and get on to the transformation. Again, if I mess up and get confused and stuff, this will just be an edit point. So let's go ahead and get on it. Start off by taking his wonderful legs, aka treads apart. You kind of just, yeah, whatever. We'll get to that later. Let's see, what else do we got here? Separate this piece. Yeah, I know I'm really narrating well. This is why I don't tend to do this on camera sometimes, because I've only transformed these guys a few times, and you split them open. There we go, and then twist his arms, open them up. Twist his arms, open them up. Pop the shovel part back. Come on, baby. Come on. Open, damn it. Oh, wait, that's Ultra Magnus. Tap. Yeah, I know, I'm just full of hilarity today. Oh, yeah, these snap up here. As you watch me struggle to transform this guy in front of you. Are you not entertained? Well, I hope you are. That's kind of the whole point of this, is to entertain people. Give them a smile. Make them laugh a little bit, maybe. See if they want to buy the toy or not. That's pretty much why I make these videos, is to entertain people, obviously. Okay. I got most of the robot mode done. I just got to figure out how to pop out his head here. So, let's see. Where's his head at? Oh, there it is. Ah, okay, now. And this is the tough part here, figuring this part out. Well, guys, I think I've struggled. Oh, wait, no. Nope. Do I got it? Almost. Almost Bone Crusher. Almost. He's almost Bone Crusher. Yes. Actually, need to pause right here, lift the camera up so you can actually see what I'm doing. Be right back, guys. Okay, guys. Here we have Bone Crusher into his robot mode. So let's go ahead and get the comparisons out of the way. Here he is with his buddy Longhaul. And as you can see, Longhaul's about a head taller than him. So, there you go. And here is Leader Class Jetfire. Much, much taller. Much bigger. And, ooh, he's falling backwards, boys. He's falling backwards, boys and girls. Sorry, boys and girls. I know I got probably both watching. So, anyway. Falling. Free falling. Alright, I won't sing anymore, I promise. Anyway, he's about exactly the same height as Springer. Get that gun away from me. That's dangerous. Oh, sorry. Alright, enough of that. Anyway, and here he is next to a Deluxe, and he is much bigger than the Deluxe. There we go. So, oops, he is just falling back. I really, really do like this individual robot mode. It's one of my favorites, actually, out of the Constructicons. The problem is his crotch doesn't want to stay together, as you can see. It's just flopping apart. Keep it in your pants, Bone Crusher. But. Alright, that's... Alright, let's go ahead and... and he doesn't... he likes to fall back, too. But anyway, he looks pretty flippin' cool. Let's go ahead and give you a quick 360. Whoa, stay alive there, Bone Crusher. Stay alive, stay alive, stay alive, stay alive. Alright. He's got a fairly good amount of articulation. He bends at the knee and rotates at the knee. He doesn't really have anything going on the foot. He's got ball-jointed hips, but his, crotch comes apart, so whatever. No waist rotation, unfortunately. He's got ball-jointed shoulders, double-jointed elbows, rotates at the elbow, head rotation. So overall, he is one posable dude, and I really like this figure a lot, but except for the fact of his crotch falling apart and his little bit of leg instability there, but overall, definitely I think it's a winner. So, we are now going to put Bone... Oh, wait, we'll give you one quick look at his detail before I move on to the next bot. Really loving that chest detailing and that head sculpt. Oh my goodness me. That is one cool freaking head sculpt. Zoom in on that. Nice. Very, very nice. Like I said, I think they are just doing a good job on this figure overall. So, there we go. We rotated him around. Say goodbye, Bone Crusher. What? Goodbye. Oh, just for now, you mean? Okay. Alright. Oh, you'll see me again when we combine. Okay. Alright. I'll see you guys in a minute. Alright. Move him over there. Alright. Now, we are going to talk about the other arm. Scavenger. Drop the camera again. And of course, as we've been doing, it's comparison time. Woo! Alright, as you can see, much, much smaller than a leader class. Hard to tell because they're totally different forms. This again feels like it weighs more than this, the Constructicon I mean. Whatever. And lastly, a deluxe. Much bigger than a deluxe. There you go. So, onwards. He, of course, has a very similar setup to Bone Crusher. He's got the wheel there at the bottom. He's got the wheels there on the treads. So, of course, he rolls. He'll roll and roll and roll and roll. Alright, I will stop, guys. I promise. His articulation in this mode is, of course, the Shovel of Doom, which extends out at 2 points. That point there and that point there. The shovel part does not move independently, unfortunately, but whatever. So, he's digging for energon. Alright, I digress. Let's go ahead and show him off with a few of his Constructicon buddies here. Very flippin' cool. Loving this. Loving this, loving this, loving this. So, let's go ahead and zoom on in. That way you can get a really good look at this guy. Alright, so we've got all kinds of the detail going on here. All kinds of the detail. Very flippin' cool. Loving it. Loving it, loving it, loving it. Alright guys, I'm not even going to attempt the transformation on camera for this guy because this is a pain in the behind. So, there's going to be an edit point. I'll be right back with this guy in robot mode and I will continue on. Be right back, guys. Alright guys, here we have Scavenger in robot mode. Let's go ahead and get the obligatory comparisons out of the way first. We'll start off with his buddy, Bone Crusher, and he's about pretty much the same height as Bone Crusher. About a head shorter there than a Long Haul. Much, much shorter than Leader Class Jetfire. Right about the same height as Spring Air. And quite a bit taller there than Cup. So, how is this guy in robot mode? Pretty darn nice if you ask me. He's got ankle tilt. He's got bend there at the knee and rotation. Ball jointed hips. No waist rotation, unfortunately. Ball jointed shoulders. Ball jointed elbows. And head rotation. So overall, posability for him, pretty darn nice. Oh, there is one thing I forgot to mention in vehicle mode, a point of articulation for him on his shovel part. It can actually rotate at that point. So if you want, you gotta have that to kind of help stabilize him, because I know that happened on the cartoon sometimes, and it does make the toy, I guess, stand a little bit better. But I like to personally have it up. Personal preference and all that. Go ahead and give you a quick 360 of the guy. Looks pretty good from all angles, in my opinion. And he is just a cool looking toy. Let me go ahead and zoom in for you so you can see the details. And he has a real nice chest and head sculpt. Really digging the way that looks. Really, really, really nice. This is a great looking robot mode in my opinion. Real nice, real true to the G1, but updated just like, well, you know, the other ones. The only one that's really different is Long Haul, but the other ones are all just a really great update of their G1 selves. Nothing else to really say about Scavenger individually, so we'll put him off to the side. Off to the side. Yeah, just go off to the side there. Okay, alright, okay. Oh, still sort of in frame a little bit. Let's go ahead and scoot this up. Now all my comparison figures are going to start to steal a spotlight. Alright, so let's go ahead and do one of the feet now, or legs, rather. And this, of course, is Mix Master, and I have him backwards right now. This, of course, is the back, whereas this is, for some reason they chose to make this the front of the truck instead of this. I don't know why Hasbro designed it this way, but they did. It's obviously reversed from his G1 self, but, you know, nothing's perfect, right? It rolls pretty good. Let's go ahead and do some comparisons. Here he is with the other leg, Scrapper. Look pretty cool together in my opinion. Here he is with a leader class, and he's a lot smaller than a leader class. Here he is with another Voyager. Yeah, I know, doesn't really apply. Again, this weighs more than this. Constructicons always weigh more for some reason. And lastly, here he is with a deluxe. There you go. Alright, so let's go ahead and zoom in on him a bit. And you will see, you know, pretty good detailing on this. This does not rotate. You know, but if you want to pretend this is the front, you could. You know, this does, I mean, with the, you know, well, now you can tell those are vents. They sort of look like windows from a distance, but you can tell they're vents. But if you want, you could pretend this is the front, I guess, if you wanted to. And, yeah, just good detailing overall on the vehicle mode, even though it's not true to G1. Still, I do like it. I know that there were some fans complaining about it, but overall, I do dig it. So, what I'm going to do now is, of course, attempt to transform this guy into robot mode, and there will be an edit point if I mess up, of course, as always. So, let's get on with it, shall we? Oh, yes. Let's do it. All right. Okay, the first thing you want to do, obviously, is separate the front cab from the body here. And if I can just... Okay, there we go. I'm probably doing this wrong, guys. In fact, I'm confused already. See, this is the point, the thing about transforming toys that you haven't there we go. Okay, not too confusing. These bend down like this. See, I came back, guys. I came back from the confusion. Alright. Oh, I'm going to have to angle the camera up so you can actually see what I'm doing here. Let's go ahead and angle the arms out. Come on, arms. Come on, arms. Alright, now, this is where his head is. There we go. Pop that back. I know I'm doing a great job of narrating. Pop that up. There we go. Hey, we just about got him. Just got to free his arms. They're tight joints, guys. Obviously. There we go. That arm is free. That arm is free. Hey, I did it. Yay! Here he is in robot mode. All robot moded up. Zoom out. That way you can get a really good look at him. And how does he look? You know, let's do a quick 360 first. That looks pretty funny on his back, I will admit. And there you go. That is a quick 360. Let's do a few quick comparisons. He's actually almost as tall as Long Haul. He's really tall. So just a hair shorter than Long Haul. He is obviously taller there than Bone Crusher and Scavenger. So move him off to the side. Here he is with Leader Class Jetfire. Yes, he's about a head shorter. And here he is with Springer. He's actually a little tiny bit taller than Springer. Not by much, just about a hair. And here he is next to a Deluxe. So, pretty good sized figure, as you can see. Now, we will go over his articulation. He's got ankle tilt. He's got bend at the knee. No rotation at the knee, but he rotates at the top of the leg. Ball jointed top of the leg. He's got universal shoulders, but he's limited due to the way his arm is. He can't bend out all the way because his arm kind of slams into his body there. His elbow does bend, does not rotate, but it does bend. And his head, it's hard for me to show you, but it's kind of on a ball joint. Now, one thing that I want to bring attention to on him is his head. Go ahead and just zoom on in there. Alright. And as you can see, what does that head look like? Oh yeah, it looks like the Decepticon logo, very similar to Soundwave's head. Pretty cool. I just, really think that's worth pointing out. That is just flippin' cool in my opinion. So, as you can see, he's got a good amount of detailing there on his robot mode, just like everybody else. He has a sort of ab crunch, but that's due to this being Devastator's foot. That's Devastator's ankle tilt. But anyway, that's this guy. So, let's go ahead. We'll get him off to the side. Or just put him down on the floor. That way he doesn't take up more space. Let's go ahead now. And we are going to do the last limb anyway. We still got one more to go after this, because there are 6 of these bad boys. This is the other leg. This, of course, is Scrapper. And, yeah, let's go ahead and get the comparisons out of the way. This is the last time I'm going to be showing 2 Constructicons together in vehicle mode. There he is with his buddy Hook, so let's get Hook out of the way. And let's go ahead and grab Leader Class. He's a good amount smaller than Leader Class. Grab my trusty Voyager. Mass are actually this one feels like it weighs a little bit more for a change. So there you go. And lastly, a Deluxe. Much bigger than a Deluxe. So, that's it for the comparisons. He rolls pretty darn great, actually. He's got a couple points of articulation there on his shovel. He's got the top there and bottom there, so dumping stuff. Pretty cool. Really like this. I dig the way this looks quite a bit. I think they did a great job with this vehicle mode as well. Let me go ahead and zoom on in so you can see the detailies. Detailies are always nice. Just as you can see, a lot of molded in detail on this guy. Looks real good. Nice Decepticon logo right there. They did a real nice job with him. So, let's go ahead and get into the transformation. And of course, if I mess up, I reserve the right for an edit point. Because there have been a few in this video already. So let's go ahead and start off. Might as well pull his head out, right? And then you just kind of unlock his shoulders. And then pop out his fists. Alright. Top half of the body is pretty much good to go. Now, we gotta do his legs. So, separate. I said separate! Separate! No? Yes, no. No, yes. I'm not doing a good job. Oh, there it is. I was doing it wrong. Not surprising. Again, thanks for putting up with me, guys. So now, it's time for me to get confused again about his feet. Ah, no, it's easy enough. Pull that down. Come on. Come on, lock in. Locked into my love. Alright, that's enough of that. So, alright. Pop you down. Move you down. I know, my narration is just out of this world on the transformation, right, guys? Okay, there we go. We got this bad boy into... Ow! Be careful, guys. You can snap your fingers on the joints. That really hurts. Live injury. Okay, now. So, here is Mr. Scrapper in his robot mode, and he looks pretty flippin' awesome. I mean, that is just... This might be my favorite looking robot mode out of all of them. Out of the individual bots, I absolutely love the look of this guy. This is just awesome. All around, awesome looking. So, let's go ahead and get the comparisons out of the way, shall we? Yes, let's. Here he is. Next to Long Haul, and he'd be shorter than Long Haul by about a head. Let's see how he stacks up with Bone Crusher, and he's about the same height as Bone Crusher, so he would obviously be shorter than Mixmaster, since Mixmaster is about, is taller than Bone Crusher. So, there you go. Let's get him next to Leader Class Jetfire. A lot shorter than a Leader Class Jetfire. Here he is next to Springer. Pretty close to the same height. Springer is maybe a hair taller. And here he is with the Deluxe. Much taller than the Deluxe. Go away, old man. Oh, but don't you want to hear about the petrol rabbits? Not now, maybe later. Oh, alright. Okay, now. Anyway, I hope you guys like my stupid corny jokes. Yeah, this guy has a pretty decent amount of articulation, but of course he does have a major flaw, which we'll be getting to. He has the ankle tilt. He's got bendy knees. He's got ball-jointed hips. Well, no, not ball-jointed, universal, all directions. Doesn't have any waist rotation. Universal joints at the shoulder. Nothing. Well, the elbows do rotate, but they don't bend, which does irritate me a little bit. The fists move in, and the head rotates. Overall posability limited because of the lack of elbows. And yes, I guess they did this for stability for Devastator. I don't know if that was entirely necessary. But honestly, this guy looks pretty flippin' great in robot mode, I think. Again, I think this is my favorite looking individual bot mode out of all of the Constructicons. Really dig this a lot. Go ahead and zoom in so you can see the details. Alright. So, pretty good looking chest and head there, I think. Really enjoying it. So, here's the back. Yeehaw. See you in a minute, Scrapper. But, see you in a minute. Oh, alright. Alright, I'm gonna put Scrapper down. And lastly, before we get into the next part of the video, of course, right, we are going to talk about Hook. Hook! Is he chasing Peter Pan? No, not last time I checked. Anyway, as you can see, he is pretty reminiscent of his G1 self in this mode. The only disappointment is this doesn't extend like on the G1 toy. I don't know why they didn't incorporate that. I mean, it's not a huge problem. And this doesn't rotate like on, But it does go up and down. Very limited articulation. And it rolls, okay-ish. Not terribly. It's decent vehicle mode. It's not my favorite one, but it's certainly, it looks cool. If you're just looking at it, it looks pretty flippin' cool. And, yeah, that's it on that. Let's go ahead and do the comparisons like we've been doing. Here he is next to a leader class. Not much smaller, but he is definitely significantly smaller. Irrelevant Voyager. This one weighs more again. Man, I guess Starscream just really must have been on a diet or something. And here he is next to a deluxe. So, there you go. And now, let's go ahead and zoom in for the details. As you can see, he looks pretty cool. You know, he's not as detailed as the other ones, but still, overall, I do like the look of him. You know, certainly not a bad-looking figure by any stretch. So, let's go ahead and get into the transformation. And, of course, I reserve the right for an edit point, as always. As always! So, now, let's go ahead and get started, shall we? Oh, yes. So, I guess the first thing I do is lift up the hook or the crane point there. I don't know, I'm probably not doing this in the recommended steps, guys. I'm just kind of fumbling through it. Take those pieces off the bottom there. Bend these down. Come on. Separate. There we go. There we go. Yep. Oh, okay. This is two pieces. That's obviously his foot. There you go. Second one, same. Boom. Bend that down. Boom. Actually, maybe use his crane to support him all. Nope, that ain't gonna work. It ain't long enough. Alright. Okay, now. Arms. Oh, wow, they're not on super tight joints. Good. That's a nice change of pace. This is actually a pretty easy transformation. Turn his head around. And then kind of lower his back section there. And snap them together. And there you go. You've got this bad boy. In Zero. Oh, wait. I almost forgot his fists. How silly of me. Yoink. And come on, come on. Yoink. There we go. There we go. Now I got his fists out. He's ready to fight. Round one. Fight! There. Alright, that's enough of that. So anyway. There he be. In Zero robot mode. And he looks pretty good too, I think. Probably my second favorite looking robot mode. And he's got, you know, he's got okay articulation. He's got the forward and back on the foot. And he does have the pivot. He's got the bendable knee. He's got universal joint up there and ball joint at the top of the leg. No wrist, or no wrist, no waist rotation. Universal jointed shoulders. He rotates at the elbow, but doesn't bend. Fists bend in. Head rotates. So overall posability, you know, meh. Pretty much like the other guys. So let's go ahead and get the mandatory comparisons over. Yes, over! Here he is with his torso partner. Long Haul. He's actually just a hair shorter than Long Haul, so he's pretty tall. Here he is against one of the shorter ones. He is a fair amount taller than Bone Crusher. That guy whose crotch won't stay together. Is that his nickname? Probably not. Anyway. Good amount shorter than Jetfire, as you can see. I think he's going to be taller than Springer. Let's see. Yep, he's definitely taller than Springer. And here he is next to a deluxe cup. Man, these guys are so... You've been eating your Wheaties? Alright, that's enough of that. So, anyway. There he is. So, we got the comparisons out of the way we did the articulation. Let's go ahead and pose him a little bit. And zoom in for the details, shall we? Oh yes, let's do it. I really like his head sculpt. And his chest looks pretty cool. Good paint apps, the whole 9 yards. So, yes, I do like his robot mode as well. So, what I'm actually going to do right now, guys, is pause. I'm going to get all these guys lined up. I'm going to talk a little bit about the accessories they come with and all that stuff. Compare all these guys against the original G1 Devastator, and then after that, you already know I'm going to combine them. So, be right back in a flash, guys. Okay, guys, here we have all 6 Constructicons together in robot mode. And again, this does my nerdy heart no end of good to see these guys all together in robot mode. They look absolutely freaking awesome as a team. I love this. I absolutely love this. I mean, they look so good. It's almost worth getting a few sets of these. One just to display combined, and one to display individual bots and stuff. But of course, you're getting to a lot of cost, you know, if you're doing that. But man, that just looks wonderful in my opinion. Now, I'm going to bust something out I have not used yet in the review. I am actually going to grab my, quote, G1 Devastator. Now, what this actually is... Oh, shit, it just... yeah, re-record. Okay, guys, edit point. My G1 Devastator that actually isn't really... This is a knockoff that I got at Big Lots some years ago for like, I don't know, $5. This is the top half of him. Here's the bottom half. The problem is he fell down and a piece of him kind of shattered and broke. But again, you know, I paid $5 for him however many years ago. Whatever. I'll just have to salvage him as best I can. You know, maybe I'll separate the vehicles out. Whatever. So anyway... So much for my G1 Devastator. I was going to compare him. And I was actually going to say he is... the G1 Devastator is actually very slightly taller than Long Haul. I figured that out before he broke. But anyway, I'm going to pause right here, move the camera in closer, show off the accessories these guys come with, and then we'll go into the combined mode. Be right back, guys. Okay, guys, it's time to show off the accessories that this set comes with. Comes with these two pieces here. These become Devastator's forearms and fists, of course. They're supposed to be missile launchers. I think I've mistransformed them. I can't figure out how to get the handles down for the figures to actually hold these again, but whatever. This is what they look like in their, quote, missile pod form. Mediocre weapons at best. Who really cares? So, comes with those. Also comes with, now these can actually be decent weapons for the individual bots. You know, this obviously combines into Devastator's main gun, but any of the figures can wield these. And as you can see, you know, decent weapons, right? Ah, come on, Long Haul, hold on to the gun. There you go. Boom, boom, right? Not bad. That actually, you know, looks pretty good. There's this, which I guess that could kind of be like a cannon, but it's cheesy. So let's go ahead and we'll give this one to Hook. Yeah, it's not the greatest. And then the other pieces of the chest wing for Devastator. Knife, sword, things, I guess. Who should be the last unlucky schlub that we give these to? We'll give... How about this? We'll spread them around a little bit. We'll give one to Bone Crusher. And one to Scrapper. The two end bots. The only unarmed guy is Scavenger. Sorry, Scavenger. You're just going to have to go into this with nothing. So let me go ahead and move back. That way you can see all these guys holding their accessories. And this, I think, is really, you know, because there's a lot of talk, should you get the Takara version or the Hasbro version? If you really care about their individual bot modes more than their combined form, I'm just going to say get the Takara version. They have better articulation, they have real elbows and everything, they all have individual guns, all that. So if that's really your main focus, I would say get the Takara version. But as you can see, this is what it looks like, you know, the Hasbro version. I still think this is perfectly serviceable. It's not superior. It's definitely inferior to the Takara version in individual bot mode form, but it's also $100 less, so, or close to $100 less. So really, it's up to you guys to think, is spending that extra money worth it to get the better bot modes. Now, it's almost time for the main event here. I only have a few things to say first. Actually, I'm sorry, Megatron has something to say. He is going to say, go ahead, Megatron, Constructicons, merge for the kill! And then you're going to see Cup and Daniel. Sorry, I don't have Daniel. You're going to see Cup, Devastator. So anyway, I'm sure you guys probably know what that's from. If not, it's from the 86 animated movie. So anyway, I'm going to pause right here. I'm going to get this guy into combined form, and we are going to talk about the main event. See you in a second, guys. Prepare for extermination. Okay, now we have Devastator here in his awesome combined mode. This is definitely the highlight of this set here. Let's go ahead and get the size comparisons out of the way first and foremost. Here he is next to MP10. MP10 goes up to about his, about here, the top of his leg, roughly, a little bit. So, there you go, towers over MP10. Here he is next to Springer. Springer almost, let's get him on the other side. You know, I'll do the same thing with MP10. Springer basically goes up to about his knee. MP10 about the top of his leg. Deluxe is going to be even smaller. Cup only goes, you know, yeah, he's below his knee, so there you go. This figure is absolutely flipping huge. And he's even a lot bigger than one of his main rivals from the cartoon. This is the biggest Omega Supreme I got. This is the Year of the Horse Omega Supreme. And as you can see, he is significantly taller than him. Bear with me just a second, guys. I'm going to go grab me Superion from Combiner Wars. So, see how he stacks up against him. Put him down to the side here. And Superion doesn't really stack up against Devastator. He only, you know, goes up to about Devastator's stomach there. So, you know, absolutely freaking huge figure. I love it. I love this figure in combined mode. It's really hard to find a lot of fault with this guy. He has a lot of articulation in this mode. His head rotates. Doesn't look up and down, but it rotates. His arms at the shoulder rotate all the way around and out. The elbow rotate and out. His wrists, you got to be careful. They do rotate very tightly. His four fingers are all articulated together. He does have waist rotation. He's also got extremely heavy ratchet joints in his hips, which are great because I can think of another Titan Clash figure that I have. Generations Metroplex. One of the only I actually only have two figures that are bigger than him. Generations Metroplex and Fort Max. Oh great, his leg just popped off. See guys, this is one of the hazards of doing these types of videos here. When you're showing off features, stuff can pop apart. Yeah, let's see how quickly I can put them back together. There you go, repaired. He's got, just be careful when you're playing with him, guys. Let this be a word of caution. He's got ankle tilt on both feet. Yeah, I know, I'm going funky now. He, of course, bends there at the knee. Don't fall off again, Scrapper. He might fall off. You know, it's easy enough to fix this guy up. I mean, he's fairly resilient. And one impressive thing, he's still holding on to his gun after all this. He's got a good grip on it. I'll say that for him. You know, a lot of Transformers would have dropped their guns, but not Devastator. Darn it. He is just absolutely amazing. He's got all the posability you could want. I might have missed a few points of articulation. If I did, I'm sorry. I'm just trying to make sure that I can just make it through the rest of the review right now without pausing yet again and all that stuff. But yeah, I mean, he is just an absolutely amazing figure overall. Is he perfect? Not by any stretch. You know, the individual bot modes, it's like they did cheap out some with the engineering on these. I guess they made the compromises they had to make because of the size of the combined form. I'm not sure why they made some of the decisions they made. I'm sure there was logical reasons for it. I don't know if it was all cost cutting, but honestly, each one of these figures, you know, the suggested retail on this is $150. Each individual bot does not feel like it would be worth, say, $25. It would really be tough to just, but, you know, altogether it's a little easier to swallow because this is the end result, and this is just absolutely incredibly great. I mean, it's a phenomenal figure in combined form. You know, in my opinion, it looks better than either third-party option. It looks better than Hercules. It looks better than Giant. You know, and they did it for a fraction of the cost of those figures. So for me, this is definitely a winner. Yes, there is some fiddling. Some of the transformation stuff can be fiddling. In fact, to me, the most frustrating thing about this figure was just getting this chest piece on correctly, where everything lined up properly. That was a huge pain in the butt. But it is possible, obviously. You know, if you have patience and you take your time with this figure, you'll be fine. As for should you get the Takara version or this, that depends on your priorities. If you really are interested in the individual bot modes being the best that they can be, I would hold out for the Takara version because they come with weapons, have better articulation in the elbows and stuff, all that. If your focus is more on the combined form, I'd say go ahead and get the Hasbro version. It's available now. It's cheaper, you know, all that. Do I think it's worth the price? Absolutely. I think it's worth the cost. You know, I paid $140 for it from Big Bad. They have it on sale compared to the other retailers. And if I were you, if you want this, I would get it soon. I think this is going to, in my opinion, again, I could be wrong. This could start popping up in retail all over the place. But I don't know. I haven't seen him in retail at all. Okay? This might be a very similar situation to Metroplex. He'll be readily available online for a while, but eventually he'll dry up, and then might be it. So if you want to pick this guy up, I would suggest ordering him from your favorite online retailer. I mean, he's out at all of them pretty much. Get them from whichever one you can get them from. If it's in your budget, absolutely get them. Let me go ahead and just zoom in some so you can just see some of the awesome detail. I'm just actually going to walk the camera closer. That way I can maybe manipulate this thing a little easier. That way, let me just go ahead and zoom in on his head. Sorry for doing this a little bit out of order, guys. But I really do like the way that chest piece looks. The head sculpt is just flipping great. I mean, just overall, this guy looks really, really good. He doesn't look so great from the back. Let me go ahead and turn him around. He's got lots of holes, lots of hollowness, lots of... Yeah, not so great from the back, but you're probably not going to be looking at him from the back. From the front, though, holy crap, he looks freaking great. You know, I mean, just an awesome, awesome, awesome figure. So bottom line, if you like it, get it. No reservations telling you guys to get this thing. If you did like what you see, as always, please thumbs up, share, subscribe. I hope you guys enjoyed watching, and I will catch you guys next time.